Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Barakahakwadash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, and the header reads, Signs of Hamashiach's return, because the Messiah's true name is not so-called Jesus Christ. It's Yahawashi Hamashiach, and he doesn't have the appearance of a so-called white man or Edomite with brown stringy hair. As pursuant to Revelation chapter 1, he has the appearance of a so-called dark-skinned Negro with a white woolly beard and afro. Verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, speaking of Yahawashi, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? The sign of Yahawashi's second coming, and the end of the world, or the age of the rulership of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites, because during this time the Romans, who were Edomites, were in rulership. And while Yahawashi was speaking to his disciples in the past, he was really speaking to his disciples today, who are living in the times of his second coming and the times of the end of this current world or age of the rulership of the heathen nations. Again, chiefly of the Edomites, who just happen to be in rulership right now. As it says in Romans chapter 15, everything written aforetime was written for our learning. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 7, which is some of the signs Yahawashi told his disciples to look for to know that they were living in those times. For nation shall rise against nation, race wars, and kingdom against kingdom, major countries going against each other. That third woe in Revelation chapter 9, verse 12, World War III. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And if you have that spiritual eye salve, you can clearly see that these end time signs are either taking place or in the process of taking place as we speak. And in this video, I'll be dealing with the famines. This is an article from allnewspipeline.com titled, Globalists Warned of a Hunger Pandemic Ahead of the Engineered Famine and Reset of the U.S. Food System Now Pushing Us Towards the Brink of Starvation. And famines are coming, just as Yahawashi said they would be coming. And you're going to have many people die off from starvation, and those that don't die off from that are going to become animals out here fighting each other and killing each other for whatever they can get their hands on. And in this article, I'll be profiling the second clip in it, where you'll see U.S. farmers talking about how the government is planning to pay them 1.5 times more than their land's worth to destroy their crops. But if they don't destroy their crops, they're going to lose vital, lucrative government subsidies. So these U.S. farmers have their backs against a corner. This is 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 12. Egypt shall mourn. And this isn't talking about ancient Egypt ruled by the Hamites, the so-called Africans. It's talking about the modern-day spiritual Egypt in Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. The United States of America, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And those famines that are coming to the United States of America are punishments from the Most High on you Edomites for all the wickedness you've been committing from America, chiefly afflicting the apple of his eye, the true children of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who you currently have under your subjection. Verse 13, they that till the ground shall mourn. And who are those that till the ground? Farmers. And as we'll see from that clip, hey, they that till the ground, those U.S. farmers are in a mournful state because they're being forced to destroy their crops. For their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful constellation. destructive weather patterns causing their seeds to fail. And while in that clip, it's the US government, really the elites behind the scenes pulling the strings, causing those that till the ground to mourn by making those farmers destroy their crops. You have had adverse weather effects over these past couple of years that have destroyed farmers' crops. You have the mega drought in the western half of the United States, and then you've had historic flooding that has destroyed a lot of croplands and cost farmers a lot of heads of cattle. And some people may say that that's the elites using weather machines like HAARP to do that. Well, if that's the case, that's all through the will of the Most High as well, because we're all just puppets of the Most High playing our roles in his movie. There is no free will. This is Proverbs 21 verse 1. The king's heart or mind, the elite's mind, is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the elites engineering these famines by making U.S. farmers destroy their crops, the elites using weather machines like HAARP to destroy crops, or just the Most High causing these weather effects naturally. It's all through the will of the Most High to fulfill prophecy and bring about these destructive famines. But now let's get into this video.
So me and my coworker got talking today, and something came up that I didn't really think about when my dad mentioned it to me. He's worked in the agriculture industry for over 40 years. This year, farmers are being offered 1.5 times the value of their crops to destroy them. They're also being told by the federal government they will not receive subsidies for farming if they refuse to destroy their crops. What does that mean? That means that the farmer cannot afford to provide you with food based upon the taxes the government is levying on him if the government doesn't in turn give him back his tax money to provide you with food. Kind of a fucked up system, but that's how it works. And, well, they're not going to subsidize them if they don't destroy the crops. They'll pay them more than what it's worth, and they want them to destroy it, and they'll still get their subsidies. They're trying to create a food shortage. We've got 8 months to get our own food supply, or we're probably going to be facing mass starvation.
Is it true that the government is paying farmers to destroy their crops? And the simple answer to that is yes, they are.
I initially heard about the government paying farmers to destroy their crops. I thought it was a load of bullshit. Well, lo and behold, we received our destruction notice the other day. So basically, there was two options on how to destroy the crop. The government could fly on Agent Orange, or we could manually destroy the crop ourselves. Oh, we put too much blood, sweat, and tears in it to let them destroy it, so we decided to manually do it ourselves. Basically, it said if we used a
They that till the ground shall mourn.
lawnmower to destroy the crop, we could receive an extra $600 an acre. Something about the low carbon footprint or something. So that's what we're doing.
I got my letter yesterday. The letter.
And I'm going to skip around with a few of these clips because they have music in it and I don't want to get a copyright strike. Trying to get it just right.
Second machine that I dropped off here for the local farmers. Just want to show you a little bit of each drum. You got 4 of these drums, 2 on each side. Now you can imagine the damage they can do, not counting the blade which you can set down. So this will be the first field that we take care of. So all we're going to do is mash everything into the ground. And then I'm going to go pick up some steel plates, lay them across the road plates, so we can get the machines over there, start on that farm. So the farmers got paid by the government. I don't understand what it's all about, but they got paid. Now they hired us to come in here and just destroy whatever we can. I don't understand how it all works, but we're already paid for a certain amount of time. You can hear the first machine already running out there. But when you hear them farmers saying they're getting paid to destroy everything, they ain't bullshitting y'all. Y'all better start paying attention.
Well, what you saw right there ought to concern you. I was doing exactly what I was told via a letter I got last night in the mail from the Department of Hydrocarbons. They said in order to stabilize oil prices, they need a bunch of oil just dumped. And not dumped on the market, just dumped on lease roads and field roads and things like that. So I'm hooked up to that oil tank, going straight into my truck to get rid of it. Well, I'm going to get fined if I don't get rid of it, they said. So that prompted me to call District Selectman Tony Deloge and ask him about this letter. He said he didn't know much about it, but he would suggest that I follow whatever it says. So here we go. You know, these are some serious times right now. Since January, oil prices have been through the roof. I'm seeing more and more farmers on TikTok saying that the government's paying them to kill their fields. Agent Orange, I saw a guy with a lawnmower mowing down beans, getting paid to do it. They're controlling food. Now they're going to control energy. I don't understand why this is going on. But I tell you what, if they control food and they control energy, what freedom do you have left? Man, isn't this something?
I'm sorry about the music. I'm going to recap. This is the container that was in the video yesterday, and we have unloaded the container. Freight is setting at ports. It is not moving, and we're talking ports around the world. Now, the freight that was on this container was shipped 37 days ago. This is that freight behind me. Somebody is intentionally hindering freight from moving back and forth. There are ports that are stacked. The directive is let it set. Let it set. I reached out to my largest customer, this customer, and that's what I was told. That the directive is let it set. We are definitely going to experience shortages, the likes of which you have never seen.
They're trying to keep me quiet. I need you guys to blow this up and stop scrolling. Control the food supply, control the people. This is what's happening. This is the truth. As a fourth-generation farmer, I am hearing cries across the United States. The Biden administration introduced the 30-30 bill, saying that it is a climate change bill, a conservation bill. But if you look deeper and if you really research what they're trying to do in Nebraska, it is disgusting. Why the hell does the government want 1.16 million acres in Nebraska? Because 97% of Nebraska is privately owned, so they're taking from farmers
They
and
that
ranchers
till the
and
ground
hardworking
shall
Americans.
mourn.
And by 2030, they want to take 680 million acres across the United States, kill family farms, control the food supply, control the people. Are you guys ready to stand up?
So one of the things we're going to be talking about this week is the apparent fresh food shortage that's going to hit Europe and the UK over the next few weeks and months. This has been completely orchestrated, and it's absolutely terrible that this is likely to be happening right now. There is plenty of fresh food being grown at the moment all over Europe. We have no shortages. Farmers have no shortages, despite the weather changes that we've been having recently. There is an awful lot of fresh produce in the fields at the moment, as you can see behind me. This is purposely going to be bought in bulk and destroyed to create an apparent food shortage. Folks, start listening, wake up. There is no food shortage.
Yo.
I said with that clip, hey, what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And there shall be famines. This is 2 Esdras chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So if you happen to escape starving to death during Jacob's trouble, but you're not of that elect number, the 144,000 and the rest of the righteous 1/3, you're just going to get killed off by some other calamity. Get killed in these race wars, get drafted and shipped off over to the Middle East for World War III, get sent to a concentration camp and starve to death, or have somebody break into your house, kill you, and take your goods because of the lack of food. This is 2 Esdras chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, the modern day sword being that gun, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, famine, and for great tribulation. And the dead shall be cast out as dung or crap, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There's going to be so much death, destruction, and misery in that day, and so many dead bodies laying around that people are going to become numb to it and step over them and not give a second thought to them, like they don't give a second thought to that shit that they flush down a toilet. So that's it with this video. And with this video, I hope you sincere Akim are edified. Just keep strong and keep pushing this word. We're almost out of this final wicked captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. And remember what it says in Isaiah chapter 65, my servants shall eat and drink while ye thirst and hunger. So as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.